In this sport, you don't wait for judges to decide your fate. TenexToken puts you in control. Stake instantly, speculate discreetly, and keep your moves private. TenexToken. Play smart, play discreet. Coon Cassis, IFLTV. How are you, John?
It's been a long time, Coog, hasn't it?
It's been a few months, yeah.
Oh, it's been more than a few months. It's been a few years.
Don't know about that. How are you, first of all?
You know, I'm all right, can't complain about things, just first time I've been out for a while. Got a bit sick of the game. Got sick of the bollocks and the politics, and I thought I'll just sit back for a bit. Fry on my fire and walk my dog for a bit. That's all I'm good for at the minute anyway, but listen, I'm here and I to support Joe Parker.
Is there an argument that the stoppage was a little bit early?
No, absolutely not. Whoever says that stoppage was a little bit early wants locking up and licences taken off them. For my money, it was 10 seconds too late because Joe was taking unnecessary punches off a man what can knock a wall down with either hand in Fabio Wardley. So, yeah, no, absolutely. Too slow, the stoppage. Should have been done earlier. Because you're dealing with people's lives who's got family and children. You've got to think about them when you're a referee. Absolutely. And he was a beaten man in there. Joe was beat. And you've got to know, you've got to look at your man and say, hang on, he can't recover from this. Yeah, he's going to get lucky. I know all the drill. It's a world title fight, and they've got to give him the benefit of the doubt, but he was getting killed in there. In that last 11th round, he was coming from all ways. It was like the bombs was raining in on him, and he was defenceless. 10 seconds too long. But that's up to the referee. I'm not a referee, am I?
But from the outside perspective, it's all right for everyone to give their opinion about early stoppages, but the ref has their life in his hands at that point. He makes the call, and that's that.
Listen, there's been a lot of wrong calls made and all. There's been a lot of bodies in the ground through wrong calls. Boxing's a dangerous game, and when you're messing with a man like Fabio Wardley, he'll hit that wall and knock a big dent in it. You're only skin and bone, and you can't let a man like that tee off on you. I was worried for Joe there, I really was. And really, if it was me, he needs to go to the hospital and get his head x-rayed from top to bottom before he does anything else. I don't know
what's going on beyond there.
This is my squad, I'm part of there, bro.
Okay. It was also touted as a fight that Joseph Parker didn't need to take, but took the fight because he wants the fight. So, I mean, yeah, probably takes him back to square one of him getting a world title shot.
Can I say this much? People who think they know boxing don't know boxing. They don't, because it was stupid. It was absolutely horrendous. He's sitting at #1 spot. He could have picked an easier night than Fabio Wardley, a dangerous man. 19 fights, 18 KOs. What was he thinking? Got shit for brains, haven't they? Well, what did I say to you before? They want the percentage. It's not about the fighter, my man. It's not about the fighter. It never is it? But poor old Joe. They've done him a raw deal, I think. But I say it as I'm truthful. They should have had more brains. It was a fucking pathetic move. It really was. Because if it was me, I'd say, right, we're going to get a world title shot. We'll just take over. We'll get this. You might not get the same amount of money, but you're going to get the win. The big money will come. The big money ain't going to fucking come now. And you ain't got big money for that. What I call big money anyway. But listen, it is what it is.
John, just the last one. I'll ask you two questions in the same breath, if that's okay. Do you want your son to return, and do you think he will?
No, I don't want him to return. He's done enough, and I don't want him going. I don't want to see my son like Joe Parker tonight. Because sadly, that's what happens. Father time creeps up on you, and Tyson's not been his best now since the Wilder. The trilogy with Wilder, it's done Wilder completely, and it's took a lot off Tyson. And Usyk had Tyson at the right time, and he still never beat Tyson when Tyson's, 3 wars with an animal. Talk about concussion, he had it. You know what I'm saying? And he comes back, and there's an argument with the fights for Usyk both times. But if he wants to fight him again, it's up to him, but I say leave it go. Because you've got to get a knockout to win, and unfortunately, I'll say it again, the people wrapped around him are not capable, they've not got the brains, or the intelligence, or what's needed for him to beat Usyk. Because Usyk is a world-class fighter, he's as fit as a butcher's dog, puts the work in, and his team is great. Look at my son when he got stripped off for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. I was throwing rotten apples at the television. If I'd have been, I never went, because I tell you what, a lot of them would have been getting chinned. He was as fat as me. and you're fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world against a man Tyson's a great man, but he needs that whip cracking at the back of him. You've got to tell him what to do, not the other way around. And that's what it is. He's telling him, you got the man on this side, he's holding the pads. Hey, what a good punch. Talk you to death. You can't teach Tyson how to box. What you can do is make his body strong with muscle, pack it with muscle, and get him as fit as a fiddle and build his engine. I told him, I said, you need to pack some muscle on your frame, get rid of all this shit around your body, pack some muscle on your frame, and build an engine. Listen to me to stop Usyk, but listen, the man's too fit, puts the work in, and Tyson listens to knobheads, don't he? An oboe's took his full career over. He come over here or nothing. With no crack, he hasn't won a fight since. Come on, man. Tyson's the best heavyweight in the world by far, but he listens to the wrong people. I'm the man he should listen to, me, but he never does, and that's why we're here today, like this. That's why I never went, enough said.
So just a quick word on Tommy.
Tommy, yeah.
We're going to see him out soon, or?
Well, we're trying to do what we can. We're looking at the Jake Paul too shortly. We're trying to dot a few I's and cross a few T's. We're nearly there. I've given them a number. Let's see if they can meet it. Okay. If they don't meet the number, fuck off.
John, thank you very much.
God, sport, you don't wait for judges to decide your fate. TenexToken puts you in control. Stake instantly, speculate discreetly, and keep your moves private. Register now for your share of the $250,000 prize pool. Multiple winners, bigger chances. TenexToken.io. Terms and conditions apply.